Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, our card is the Ten of Cups. And that is a very happy and welcome card, of course. And let's see what these tea leaves have to say. I'm a little bit flustered. I just had a pudgy going up and down. Oh, look at this. Immediately we have this face, a very prominent face here. You can see the eyes, the nose, the mouth. It looks like... It reminds me immediately of maybe an older woman. Definitely we have the crest up here, the crescent, I should say, not the crest, the crescent. Up there at the top of the head, a lunar goddess of some kind. So if you can think of somebody in your life who has a heavy lunar association, this seems like an energy that's really coming through. And it might be somebody with an S name, as we have the S here. Okay. And you might hear loud noises kind of every once in a while. We're having kind of a blizzard right now, so it is a little bit loud. And I want to mention also, if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Okay. Okay, so now we turn this and we have a bearded man here. Or person, I should say. We have the eyes, we have the mouth, we have the beard. And so it seems there is quite a duality here. We have kind of this feminine and then this more masculine. This looks like somebody that's a little more jovial, maybe. And also we have an S right here, which is interesting because we did have the S and it looks like the water moved it, but we had that S that we talked about. Oh no. Well, now it looks even bigger. Look at that. So we have this reoccurring S, but it is separate formations. So we definitely have maybe you have two people in your life with S names, right? A masculine person and a more feminine person. And I feel like this really does have to do with family matters here. There's something going on with that. And I want to keep turning this so we can kind of see kind of what is going on here. Okay, so now we have the cow. You can see the side profile, the face of the cow. So we have kind of that motherly hawthorn energy. Oh, and actually, if I turn it this way, is it a cow? It kind of looks like a dog. Here we have the eye, we have the nose. We have the nose, and we kind of have the body coming down here, the legs, and then a tail kind of wrapping up that way. And so, yeah, that's interesting. I thought it was a cow, but I think it is the dog. So we do have a sense of like real deep bond and loyalty here. And I want to keep going. Let's keep turning this so we can see kind of where we're at with that. We have those two figures. We have the dog. Okay. And then we have a beautiful figure here with hand raised, kind of a body, the head, kind of in like a votive posture, lifting up maybe some kind of offering. Okay, so I want to talk about this. What's going on? I feel like there really is a sense of the family, the S names. We also have a W. I'm seeing that we have the W. We have the lunar feminine, person here. We also have a key right in the middle. Okay, so I really feel like there's a lot of movement towards this relationship, this dynamic. Okay, maybe this is mother, father, grandparents. It could be like aunt, uncle. Some configuration. For some reason, they are both really coming up in your thinking constantly lately. There's the keyhole there, and I really think that this is kind of a place where we're examining something. We're examining something deeply. Right, there's some kind of there was some kind of event tied to these people, and I feel like it's just really pulled you in. Now I feel like this is something that is joyous beneath everything else. I feel that there is some amount of sadness, and that leads me to believe that maybe they are past, or there have been maybe circumstances that have been difficult, right? Maybe they've gotten older, or, I don't know. But there is such a deep fondness here. I think that this is a lot of where this, the Ten of Cups energy kind of really comes through. There's a fullness of heart, right? And then with that dog, which is beautiful, I feel like interestingly, there is that sense of loyalty, right? And this would make sense with the family, right? A family members. But then we have that dog, so prominently. And I believe really that this maybe there is a dog in there somewhere. Like maybe your grandparents had a dog that you really cared for. Somebody. Well, I call our cat somebody. So a dog, a canine that you really enjoyed being around. There's also a fondness there. Now, I feel like there's this turn towards nostalgia. I feel like you're living in it, swimming in it. And I'm really trying to look and see like what's going on that is kind of accelerate or adding life to these streams of consciousness. And well, I'm seeing kind of this kind of squared entrance. I often think of as the temple, kind of a more arcane example of a temple. And I see this flower over here. It's very beautiful and ornate growing. It's in the emotional zone. And I'm seeing I see two scorpions. And an angel here. So I really, I can't help but think that there's maybe been some kind of argument in the family. I feel like there's been, it seems like things have deteriorated as maybe the older generations have gotten older and passed on or transitioned, or they're beginning to do so. There seems to be this turmoil, okay? And it feels like the seams of the extended family are kind of coming loose. And I feel that you have a sadness about this. At the same time, I feel like it's almost a bit of a relief, because I think that you have had to kind of put up with a lot more than, you think of your, like, there's the family life and then there's like the rest of your life, right? You might have your own little family, or, your own family, and then you have this extended family, and you love them, of course you do, but it has been problematic, over time, which, listen, all families kind of have their issues, don't they? But I feel like you have had to deal with some scorpions, right? And I think that you're really just at this point in your life where it's like, I absolutely don't want to put up with that stuff anymore. I'm not interested in it. It is time consuming. It is emotionally draining. I want, ease. I want abundance. I want, a sense of security and stability in my life. I want to do the things that I want to do, and I really don't care what anybody else has to say about those things, right? And so, I think that also there is a turn towards the spiritual realm. And I think that that is so important to you. And I think maybe why these people are coming up, because I think that really there is this, like being so proud of you for going along the path that you have, and maybe you have, explored the world, explored yourself, tried many things, really in some ways been a rebel, but you have found a place in your life where you're still that rebel, aren't you? But you feel very aligned with the divine, and I think that you feel a sense of of true love. It's true love in these temples of self, in these spiritual realms, experiences, events that are happening in your life, and they seem to be happening more often, more frequently, more intensely, right? And I think that, it makes sense that when our lives, I don't know why this happens, but it seems to happen. And at least anecdotally, I look at my own life and other people's lives, and it feels like sometimes the more we get into these places of being with God, being with the universe, with the divine, the goddess, whoever it is, whatever you experience it as, other parts of our life, they seem so much, they look messier than they seemed before, because you were really immersed in that energy, but now you're kind of in this other place doing these other things, and you come back and you look around and you think, oh my goodness, no, no, this is not, there's been a real wake up call here, right? And so I have to go about my business, right? And so let's look. We also have, and I'm seeing we have it looks like a roof here. And I'm imagining, look, we have people with their arms raised. There's a person here, arms raised. There's one here, arms raised. These ones right here, arms raised. Now you would think, okay, maybe there's it looks a little distressful, but we have this roof here. And I feel like this is praising that if you could imagine like the awe, right? The road to awe, I guess, is what we would call it. And there is this moment where, you know, it is so all immersive and every sensory thing is just, you know, flooding into that divine place of light and love and perfection and you know, just, I don't know, I haven't been there, but I imagine this is kind of what I imagine, right? I think of that scene in the fountain, if you've seen that, and it's called The Road to Awe in that. But with the roof, there is a sense of protection as well. Okay, but we can see that the people here are both beneath, being covered, but also on top of. So it's not a limitation. It's not like hitting the ceiling of something and you can't go any further. No, you are protected, but there is you have the autonomy, the ability to move as you please. We also have a little turtle right here. So it is a slow process, but it is one of deep devotion, one of yes, intensity, you know. And I feel like you have really steadily taken your time with this. This isn't something that you just kind of, you know, picked up on Pinterest or something, right? Well, maybe you did. I don't know. That could have been your starting point, you know, and God bless if that's true. But it's not a fad for you. Okay, this isn't something that's just, oh, I'm interested in it. I'm gonna, you know, Pudgy, come on, buddy. Let's go. You got to move, my love. Thank you. You little boo. These cats tonight have been a little wild. So yes. So I think that you're really devoted to this thing, right? And let me just say, there's nothing wrong with, you know, pop spirituality or having brief encounters with different systems. I definitely explore myself. I am, you know, beloved to many things. They are beloved to me, right? And so, but I feel like this is something where you're really taking your time with it, okay? This is something that is a life path. This is a real deep choice for you, okay? And, oh, I just spilled it. It really is one of those days. I just can't. I'm at the end of it. It's been not easy with everything. It just seems like it's falling apart here. I'm having a little bit of, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But we have a bird here, so we do have a messenger, and maybe that is it, right? Take your time. Maybe I need this. I'm a Virgo as well, so I have to take this to heart, right? So we have the messenger. We have a message coming through. We also have this flat line, so I feel things are steadily moving, right? And it really is that tortoise. Taking time, but continuing on. And I just, we have a lot of H's. We have an H. Yeah, so we also have an H. I could read these forever. Now I have to stop myself because the videos would be 2 hours long, and I re-look at the formations and then they look different, or you look at the and, you know, the smaller images within the large ones. And you could go forever. You really could. And if you haven't tried reading your own tea leaves or coffee or any kind of, you could use grains or corn or, you know, whatever, you should try it. Really, it is fun. I like the tea because you really do get such beautiful images. Coffee as well, you can get really beautiful. I'm trying to cut back on that stuff though. So I've had people ask before, do you read coffee? And I say yes, but I would be drinking so much of it, and I already love it so much. All right, so we have the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards. These are from Megan Watterson. Illustrations by Moonjube. And I'm just going to flip through here real quick. And we're going to stop where it feels right. And these are kind of, I have been doing affirmation cards. These are more like regular oracle cards. And it says, the heart. Love never ends. I carry a cathedral within me. Yes. I like that imagery. I love this deck so much. It's beautiful. And I like that it has these kind of like, I love cut up, which is kind of, poets have used it, authors and so on have used it. And it's really, you just kind of cut words out or phrases, and you put them together, and you create your own stories out of fragments of other things. And I've always adored that. So it's cool that they use that for the Moonjube person, use that for these cards, because they're gorgeous. And they're also collaged, which I love collage a lot. So yes, Virgo, I'm going to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help so much. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe, and if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all, and I really look forward to hearing from you. So with that, I'll say I love you. I thank you. We will talk soon.